probably stumbled upon our podcast. What's up? Hi.
Welcome.
I'm Dee,
My name is Erica.
and this is Ask Me About My Singleness. So don't mind my phone. It's people.
She's single.
I'm very single,
She's
but
getting
my phone
blown
knows how to
up.
pop off at the wrong times.
You know, that's how it works when you're single.
Hey, slide into them.
You
The
don't
DMs
know.
are open.
You don't know when life is going to happen. I'm not single.
I
know when life is happening. Nobody's hitting me up. My phone is dry. I'm getting asked about pet food. Did I go to the grocery store? That's about it.
Where are you at?
My mom and my boyfriend call me. That is
I
all.
call you. Whoa.
That's true. You're the only reason my phone is ringing.
I care. I keep it live for you.
Thank you.
But so if you're here for all the unsolicited, unwanted, and needed advice that we're gonna give you and opinions that we have about relationships that I'm not in and the relationship that she is in. It's everything, the good, the bad, the slutty. We're gonna talk about it all, and it's probably gonna be a hot mess, but we're here, so
hopefully some of it's useful to you.
some of it might be useful.
We do not stand behind
Some
any
of it you
the
might be like,
advice
these
we
bitches
take.
are stupid, they're wild, but hey, it's here if you want it. Yeah.
Let us know how it works out.
So, you ready to get into our topic?
I'm ready to get into today's topic.
Today's topic. Okay, so today we're talking about asking the right questions. And I think when we were talking about this, we were like interpreting this like 4 to 5 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, well, you're not asking the right questions. That's why you're in the relationships you're in. And then we're like, well, no. Well, what is an important question to ask? What should we be asking? So I think from there we're going to go into like what are questions really important.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like, oh, what's the perfect day? Or are you a night owl or a morning person? No, fuck that. I mean like legit
Would
answer
you
this.
die for me?
Yeah, would you die for me? Are you gonna put it on the line? Like, if you answer this question a certain way, like this is not going nowhere. Thanks for the meal. It's been real. That's the type of questions we're talking about.
Yeah, and I think we defined it differently. Like, it was like, do you want to ask the questions?
Yeah.
Kind of like surface scratching. And then, like, do you ask a question in a roundabout way that may not be straight up, hey, would you die for me? But it's like, hey, what was the example I gave earlier? I think it's important to ask somebody, if you're in a car and you got a runny nose and there's no tissue, absolutely nothing to blow your nose in, what would the significant other in question do? Would they do anything? What would they do for you? And to me, the answer to that question is very important because it shows me a lot about a person.
So you're saying that you think questions are important. That's more of like a, not a test, like a,
what is it? Situational
application. Like, in the
application.
situation, what are you gonna do? So that's like not really a question because I'm not really asking. I'm really gonna see how you act. Like, I'm gonna hand you my purse.
Okay.
If you like throw it back to me,
I can't carry this in public.
that's suspect as fuck.
Yes.
But if you're like, what do you want me to do with it? I mean, hey.
I would appreciate if someone just threw it over his shoulder and was like, this goes with my outfit.
Let's roll. Yeah. Can I hand you the heels too? Cause bitch, they hurt. So what do you think? Like, do you think the questions are important? If so, like, what's an important question?
Yeah, like what would you ask? What are the questions you wish you asked before you got into the relationship you're in?
Yeah.
What should we have asked?
What should you have asked?
So many things. So many regrets.
What do you think you should have asked? Like,
what should I have asked my partner?
Yeah.
The things that bother me about my partner are not things that you could ask. You have to just live it. And that's why I think my opinion is you have to go through it. But I did ask a friend. I have these friends. I have friends, yes. Surprise number 1. Surprise number 2. I was at a shindig last night, and I asked a couple of my friends because they're in a relationship. It's pretty new. I don't think they might be a year in. They might not even be a year in. But my friend, she has a child, a 5-year-old, and her significant other, he got into a relationship, and he doesn't have any children. And we're not super young, but we're fairly young. You know what I mean? If we were dating at like 30, 40, yeah, it's safe to assume that people have kids, but you know, in today's, you know, it's 2020. Yeah, most people in the 20s have kids now. So I just wanted to know what he wished he asked, what he wished he knew before he got into the relationship with her. I didn't really get to get her perspective on it because I was kind of focusing on the male perspective because that's interesting to me. I have a female perspective. I want to know the male perspective. So he went into it, and I have notes on what he said.
Notes. We love notes. We love a girl that did research.
Hit the applause. Notes. I'm not playing with you. Hit the applause.
Oh my god.
Notes.
It might be in there. It might not be in there. Your girl is still learning.
Woohoo. Okay. So anyway, this is the thing. So the situation is different. It's gonna be different for everybody. But these two individuals were friends before they dated. So
okay.
He kind of already knew things about her. I mean, they went to school together as young kids. They grew up. He knew she dated one of his best friends, and they broke up before high school was even over. So he got into it, and he was like, "Well, we were out of high school. Like, I don't care if she dated him. Like, it's not a big deal to me. I mean, they've all hung out. We've all hung out in a group, and her ex-boyfriend was there, and he was there, and it wasn't awkward at all. She was kind of like weirded out about it, but he was like, "What? This is my friend." So it was totally fine. So he came into the relationship knowing a lot about her. And they were friends first, which I think you would agree that it's a pretty good way to go.
That's the only, no, it's not the only way to go. But
it's one of the only ways to go.
It's the best way to go.
I don't know if it's the best way to go because then it's like the dynamic changes and you have to be in relationship mode. Like it's just like I can't.
Definitely,
I can't shoot him with my friend anymore.
We could go on for days. This is definitely another day.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll write it down.
Friends and relationship. What's better? But yeah, back to this. I asked him since you were friends, okay, what was important to you? What were the things that made you want to get into a relationship with her? You know, what are the kind of the non-questions from my perspective, the non-questions that you were just living through, the experiences you were having, what made you like her? And he said she's passionate, even though they agree on nothing, like politically. He doesn't agree with her at all. He just appreciated that passion that she had for the things she felt strongly about, even though he disagrees with just about everything. And he said he would have rather pursued it than not, and then had like regrets and thoughts about it. Even though he says he doesn't believe in having regrets and he doesn't think that way, this is one of the things where he said, I will wonder about this if I don't do it. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. And then let's see. He wished that he knew how much she lived in the past. That's something that he did say.
But what question do you ask to get to that?
I feel like, you know, again, it's situational. Like, I would be like, okay, so, you know, tell me about you. Tell me about your family. And I think, you know, how much somebody complains about their mom or dad could give you some insight into how much they're holding on to the past. Mm-hmm. And if you're friends, right, like, you get to see that person, you know, with their guard down. They're not going to be on date mode, which is like, you know, I'm going to show you the best version of myself for as long as possible. But we'll see. I don't know. Then he said what he doesn't like is negativity. And he doesn't like that she lives in the past and that she lets things from her past define who she is now. And I don't know what kind of question you asked to get that answer.
I'm trying, like, I'm really racking my brain. Like, what do you ask? What would one ask to be like,
you gotta live through that.
Nope, you're a negative bitch. It's not gonna work. Like,
you know, maybe you could ask them about Christmases past, if they celebrate Christmas.
Would ask them, like, say, like, we're in the car, and we're driving down the freeway, and all the tires bust. What's the first thing you say? Like, what do you ask? It's like, oh, this person's
How do you handle that?
Which, see, everybody that I asked, nobody gave me that much detail, I will say. Like, everybody I asked kind of said the same questions. It was like, I asked them about kids, or I asked them, like, do you want to be in a relationship? And I'm like, that's like, to me, I feel like it's kind of an important question to ask, because, like, you do want to know up front, like, okay, like, if you're just looking for some busted open fun, this might not be, I mean, or it might be for me. Hey, that might be what I'm into. But I mean, like, I would like to know that up front. So I get it, but it's like, how many people break up or like find their man cheating or something, and it's like, well, he told me he wanted to be in a relationship. It's like, bitch, he told you what you wanted to hear, to get you to do what you did. Like, I don't know. I feel like
you have to ask questions in a way that maybe isn't so obvious that you're asking a question.
I don't know. Maybe that's
not sneaky. It's smart.
That might just be the Capricorn in me, the pessimistic part of me that's like, how do I know you're telling the truth? Like, anything you say, not like I'm not going to believe you, but I'd rather see it in action first to be like, okay, this guy's the real deal. Like, you can tell me all this stuff and that's cool. I'm taking you at face value, but I'm not really going to put nothing behind it or really believe you until I see, like, oh shit, he's walking and talking the same way. Whatever. Yeah. But in my opinion, I don't really believe that they're, like, so I've been on the fence. I've switched sides like 20 times and like really thinking about it. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I mean, that's pretty on brand for me. So like, it sounds about right. It sounds about me. But at first I was like, all questions are bad questions. There's no question I could ask that like will give me insight or like determine the situation for me. But then I was like, okay, all questions are bad questions except for a few. And I feel like at this point of like a week of thinking about it, there's probably like 2 or 3 questions that I'm like, okay, those are good questions that I feel like would probably more be a conversation than a question. It wouldn't be like me straight up asking the question and them answering. It's like, oh, okay, that's done. It'd be like a whole conversation.
Okay. Do you have an example in mind? Or is it?
Yeah, no, I do. I'll get to it. Okay. But before I give my opinion, I just want to say, because like, out of all the people I talked to, I really did rub somebody the wrong way. Like, they were ready to fight. Oh. And I was like, wait, like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. Yeah. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big relativist. My truth might not be your truth. What's good for me might not be good for you, and that's okay. That's fine. I like to live in my world that's right, and you can live in your world that's right, and my world could be wrong, and I'm just gonna shake my head.
She's not robbing banks and thinking it's okay. Let's just clarify.
But I mean, if you were, and you tried to justify that in your head, hey.
It's still not okay.
I'm not calling the cops, but I'm not robbing banks. That's your business.
I'm not trying to do it.
I'm not trying to do it, but I'm not saying I'm not judging you. I might judge how you try to rob the bank.
How dare you?
But I'm not judging you for robbing the bank.
I'm judging you for robbing the bank. You probably didn't bring me any anyway, so I'm upset about it.
So just my opinion is not the right one, and it's not the only opinion. But I think that most questions are bad questions. Like, because think about it. Even when we're asking questions, why are we asking them? We're not asking them because we give a fuck. Like, top questions that I got, which I thought were fake. I thought it was TV. But when I was asking the top questions that people said they asked, what do you do? How much do you make? What was that third one that was, do you want kids? The good old body count.
Oh.
Yes, that one. I mean, we're in 2020, but I mean, hey, if you want to know, if you want to know somebody's body count,
I want to know if you've been throwing it around. I want to know how many sloppy second, third steps
I feel like I would rather know that the bill of health is fine. And that's not even a question. That's a statement. Like, I think we should do this before this, gets to
I think that's
good old. That's more of a statement.
Dare you make that hand gesture for me. Don't ever look me in the eye and do that again.
But yeah, like, those are the main questions. And kids, like, do you have them?
I have a problem with the kid question.
I have a problem with it too,
because I don't know yet, and I might change my mind.
Which is fine.
But some people, it's not fine.
It's not especially
some people are like, no,
especially women. That's a lot of what they said. Like,
the women want to know.
That was their number one. Do you want kids or do you have kids?
See, I'm not asking that question.
But my thing is with those, it's like, you're not asking because you care. You're asking being selfish. Like, You want to know how much that person makes or what they do because you want to be secure and you want to have money. You're asking about kids because that's what you want. You're asking about marriage because that's what you want. Body count, that's not going to benefit you in any way. Like, a person that's had 10 bodies on them to a person who's had one body on them, what's the difference? I mean, a dick's a dick. It's the clean dicks we care about. But
yikes, I was gonna say something I shouldn't. Never mind.
But like those questions, like, okay, I can ask him, what do you do for work? And he could be like, oh, I'm this CEO, blah, 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 or I don't know what the kids like these days.
He could be, yeah, what you're saying is like he could be typically successful.
He could be typically successful.
And still be trash.
Yeah, or yeah, he could be
and
typically
you can find
successful.
somebody who maybe doesn't have the best job, but he's like a stand-up guy. He's got a heart of gold. He's like freaking Mario and Luigi rescuing Princess Peach out of a castle. Like, you know.
And yeah, so that's like, those are wrong questions to me. Like, okay, he could like have all that stuff and be an ass, or he could like have all that stuff and like have questionable taste and smack. Like,
I want to tie you up and hit you.
Exactly.
And rip your skin
or like people who are like, oh,
no.
I care, like, what's his relationship with his mom like? Like, does he love his mom? He could love his mom to the day as long, don't mean he's gonna fucking love you.
You know, I kind of do want to, I like the mom question. Because people say like, oh, it's how he treats his mother, it's how he treats you. I want to know, have you ever seen I Love New York? Great American television show.
Yes. New York's an icon.
There was an episode, and it might have been like the first episode, I don't even know. But her mother was asking one of the candidates. She was asking, she was like, okay, well, who eats first? Like,
oh,
yeah. My daughter.
What the fuck was his name? He had like a Latin name.
He was like kind of spicy hot.
Yeah,
something dumb that didn't match him.
Yeah, it
was not fine. Anyway.
It was something to allude that he was hot.
Yeah, and he was like, my name's blah, blah. I don't know. I think he was from New Jersey.
Yeah, he
was. Which is great. Love New Jersey accents. And do they have an accent? Kind of.
Yeah.
To me, they do.
They do.
Anywho, he said something about my yaya's gonna eat first, my mom. Well, no, me, I'm gonna eat first, and then my mom, and then my yaya, and then your daughter. And she went off because she was like, my daughter's gonna eat last. So she wasn't having it. So I think that's a good question. I mean, I want to know, like, you know, because you can date a mama's boy.
Well, what if his mom is like, he doesn't have a good relationship with his mom because she was like a crackhead or something.
Then anticipate him having some trouble with you, because I do have a friend who's married and he doesn't have a relationship with his mother. He thinks she's a monster, and he's just very crass with his wife. Like, he's just very, maybe crass isn't the right word. He's not affectionate, and this could be his personality. This doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, because of the relationship with his mother, but I think they might be connected. Because he has a huge issue with his mom, and then he has his wife, the mother of his kids, who, you know, I think he married kind of out of obligation. Maybe he didn't want to get married at that time in his life, but he chose, he's like, I was a man, I made my choices. And I'm like, you're kind of, like, it's a very out of character thing for me, in my opinion, out of his character, you know, for him to marry somebody just based on obligation. But he did. And maybe it was love. I don't know. I haven't asked them, and I think that's kind of an inappropriate question to ask my friends. Like, do you love them?
Hey!
But he asked
serious question.
He expressed to me that he told her that he wasn't in love with her. And I thought, what a shitty thing to do to your wife, the mother of your kids, is to just kind of be like, I'm not in love with you, but I love you. I'm going to stay here. And it's just like, she's in love with you.
It's a business transaction.
Yeah, and she's in love with him, and it sucks because she's there because of love, and he's there because he's like, we got all these kids. So I don't know. I just think some of that is probably related to the relationship with his mom. He doesn't want to get too close to somebody. He doesn't want to put too much, you know, I guess he doesn't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't want to, you know, put all of his hopes into a person and then she lets him down or lets the kids down. I don't know. She's not his mom, and I don't even think his mom's that bad, but I don't know her, you know, but that's his opinion. And I think it has to do with all that childhood stuff. Well, that's probably why he's an asshole to his wife now, and it sucks for her because she's a good woman. So I don't know. I don't know, but I don't like it.
Okay, so you're saying asking about
the mother
is an important question.
Even maybe not even the answer they give, but how they approach it. Maybe you can tell a lot from.
Okay.
Like, oh, well, I don't like to get into this, or I don't talk to that woman. You know, those are some warning signs. I'm like, you have animosity and resentment towards women in general already.
Okay, so I get that because my like 2 questions that I'm like, okay, are like all right questions to ask. One of them's all right, and one of them is a conversation, but it's a must. Like, I know people don't like it, but it's like, no, this is gonna tell me all I need to know. Not all, but it's gonna tell me a lot. Obviously, okay, I think it is fair to ask about intention. I think I said that earlier. To like, where is this going? Even though fuckboys lie and they're good at it, so I could ask you, what are your intentions of being with me? And
I want to love you, girl.
I want to be with you, girl.
With you, baby. Stop.
Yeah. Ooh.
Why you?
You're
wifey.
So you're the mama of my kids. I love you. Like, I see it all. Exactly. And then it's like, bitch, we're 9 years. We're Vanessa and Austin. We're 9 years down. Where the fuck is the ring? Like, so it's valid. It's understandable. But my, like, number one, maybe because I'm confrontational. I don't know.
I'm a confrontational dater.
I kind of thrive on confrontation. But my one that I'm going to ask is, what happened to your ex relationships? That's going to tell me two things. Two things. It's going to tell me 2 things. One, it's going to tell me your dating patterns.
Oh.
Because most of the times, you're probably breaking up over and over again over the same shit. Oh. And 2, if you're sensitive about it, and if you're ranting about it, you're probably still fucking hung up on your ex, and this might not be the avenue for me.
No, because we're not trying to deal with all that.
Because I'm not a competing girl.
Love again.
If she wants you, she can have you. Like,
yeah, if you want, yeah.
If you want her, you can have her.
Nobody can get stolen who doesn't want to be stolen.
Exactly.
Don't fool yourself.
And I'm not being bougie. My eyes just hurt. You know, my contacts.
Get your sunglasses on.
We are indoors and I have glasses on. I'm sensitive. Thugs don't get emotional. Let's just. That's another day. But yeah, that's a number one for me. Like, I need to know. I don't need to know up front, and I do think that, like, there's no way to know all of your answers.
Okay, but
in one day.
Yeah, no, not. This is a process. This is like you're going to school for 10 weeks. Okay, you got a quarter.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna go on a date with you, even though I have been on some, and I'm like, this is the end of the road for you, Playboy. But, like, you're not gonna...
Thanks for the food.
Yeah, after one day, I'm not gonna be like, I know all I need to know about this man, because I won't.
But I want to go back.
I'll know enough.
But I want to know about this, because we know somebody. We know a person who was in a relationship with... And I don't appreciate, and I don't like to feed into the idea that women are crazy. Because you're probably driving somebody crazy at some point in your life. You're probably doing some shit that is making somebody act outside of their normal range of actions. But we know a person who was probably crazy, and she dated someone, and he had crazy stories. And this, I mean, I feel like you do. Like, the way he responded about it and the stories he told kind of told me more about this person.
Wait, who is it? Yeah, type it in.
Anyway.
We know a lot of crazy people.
We're protecting people's.
We're considerate. Yeah, you know what? I thought that's who it was.
Okay, so let me tell you, I met this person and we were just all friends. We were coworkers, and we were just talking about past relationships, and we were like kind of curious about this guy, and we're like, like why didn't it work out for you? What happened? And he told us crazy stories, like she broke a chair on my back. She did all this stuff, and so we were like, okay, that sounds kind of crazy. But to me, I'm like, well, what did you do? Because
you must like
I'm
this
not
shit.
I'm not victim blaming, but I'm like, what? There's 2 sides to every story, and I want to know her side of the story. But things have transpired, and we know both people now, and sometimes they just have a bad story because you experienced some craziness. And maybe you went through some stuff. So how do you combat that? Like, if you're asking your potential partner, what happened in your last relationship, and he's like, well, let me tell you. Is it the way he tells the story?
Yeah. So if he's like, okay,
like, be respectful.
So okay, I will say up front that, we're just gonna like skip a couple of pages to the end right now. I will say that there isn't really any good way to know answers without being vulnerable and like being willing to take the risk.
Okay, so risking like maybe she doesn't like this answer.
No, like okay, maybe like this person is genuine. Like
okay.
So like if the person but there are signs. If the person's telling the story, like for example, if I ask somebody about their ex and they're like, I don't want to talk about that bitch, fuck that bitch, I hate her, all this stuff, I'm like, whoa, like
there's a lot
you could tell me that she's a hoe without doing all that. Like,
yeah,
you could be like, like
I was trying to be one-on-one and she was trying to play
she had a roster. Like there's a way to say that without
being
in a league. Yeah, like
she was in a league I didn't know about.
There's a way, or if you're like kind of downplaying it, like, oh well, she was upset with some stuff that I did. Like,
yeah, I was cheating.
A real that's where
like that kind of.
Yeah, like a real person. Even if you were doing some shady shit, if you're able to like just upfront with it, even if you like were like, okay, I cheated,
I'm a changed man.
I'm gonna like side eye you because
that's the difference. I'm probably not fucking with you.
Yeah,
tell me you cheated.
Erica's like, we're done. I'm like,
it's a lot.
I'm kind of like 1 foot out the door because
I was dating somebody in 5th grade and I kissed somebody else at a party. That's different. I wasn't like in a full blown relationship. Like
relationship
baby,
PTSD.
We're grown.
We need to talk about that.
How dare you? I don't have PTSD. I'm fine.
No, but yeah, I might like look at you crazy for a while.
For a minute.
And I will decide after other factors if I want to fuck with you, and if you do cross me, I won't be as sad because I'm like, well, I knew this bitch was a cheater. So.
How dare you? You might. Okay, well, no, that's good. I guess at first I was like, Deanna, no. And then,
like, if I got him with good intentions, like, I didn't steal him from somebody, because, the way you lose him is the way that you got him is the way that you lose him. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Is that how the Kardashians lose their men?
How dare you? She was wrong this time around. She was wrong. We're on opposite ends of this argument.
But, yeah,
come back.
If I got him with integrity and he's, like, being a fuckboy and he cheats, that's one thing. That's not my bad. That's on him. But, like...
But you would still give him a chance.
I'd give him a small chance.
If you're reformed, let's see
if you're a born-again
put your money where your mouth is. A born-again dater. If you ain't got baptized in the dating...
I was a fuckboy.
In the lake of dating. I was a fuckboy, but I've seen the light.
Yes, they took me to Lake Minnetonka and I'm good. Like, yeah, we're cool, I guess.
Well, you have a chance with Deanna.
A slight chance.
A slight chance.
Not every fuckboy. Just a slight chance.
Don't come flooding the DMs. Unless your intentions are good.
I mean, if you do, don't send me your dick pics, because that's the number one way. There's nothing worse than an unsolicited
it's like aggressive,
dick pic.
It's in your face. You're like, what? I didn't ask for this. This is like tax.
But don't come into the sidebar, this has nothing to do. This is my issue. Don't come into the DMs asking for nudes if you're not willing to send a dick pic first. I will solicit them, but that's because
I just said don't send them.
Don't unsolicited. If I ask for it, send that shit. But there's a difference. A solicited dick pic, I don't really care what your dick looks like. I'm just trying to see if you're bold enough to do it. Because you want me to send you some titties.
Oh.
Can you send your dick first? Like, you want to see something. I need something in exchange. Because if shit goes south, I'm spreading your... Well, no, that's illegal.
Can you zoom in on my face while she talks? I'm
just saying, like, okay, the theory works every time. Like, anytime.
Every time?
The last relationship-ish thing I was in,
I feel like she's my child.
We were talking,
honey, how many times?
And he was like, "Can you send me some pictures?" And
here's my foot, here's my toe.
He was like, "Can you send me some pictures?" And I was like, "Okay, go ahead. Send something. You want to see something? Send something."
This is like strip poker, but for phone.
Yeah, no, exactly. You want to see something? This is the shit doesn't come free.
He's like sending you a dirty sock.
Yeah, and so he was like, "How do I know you're not gonna send me a dick back?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna send. Well, I promise.
We're not children.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on." So he did it, and then I was like,
"Psych."
I was like, I don't send pictures. But why see a picture when you can see the real thing? Like,
how dare you?
It works every time. No. In person, no.
This bitch.
Why get a picture when you can see it for free? your door.
On the other end, like, well,
he seen me that night, so he was fine.
I'm not trying to go nowhere. I'm trying to be, if I'm a man, in my mind, if I'm trying to get a picture, I'm trying to be in my house.
See,
I'm trying to handle my business by myself in my bathroom.
No.
Mom, hold on. Don't come in.
No. And, no.
Well, fine.
That's another story, but... It's a crazy philosophy, but it works every time.
Well, good for you. Every time. I mean, nobody's gonna say no to that. Yeah, I'll come over. Okay, I was happy with the picture, but thanks. Okay.
No, because what it is nobody's okay with the picture. They're like, she's bold enough to send the picture. Like, if I drop a pin, she's bold enough to roll through.
I have seen men make it work with I smelled her hair once. Like, they can make
I seen her in middle school.
I smelled her hair once.
I seen a bra strap.
Ah!
No.
They can make that work. They can make a picture work. And then
how did we get here?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
Back to business. Anyway, dating. This is
questions.
A mess.
All the questions. All the feels.
If you have questions, please slide into Deanna's DMs. Send a dick pic and your questions.
No, ask if I want the dick pic first.
And
I will most likely tell you yes for asking. Will I look at it?
Thank you for asking.
Probably not.
So considerate. Yes.
Probably not, but I'm not going to say no because I believe in not hurting people's feelings.
Don't send me nothing.
Eric said, don't send me shit.
Even if I was single, don't send me nothing.
My nigga looks through my DMs. Don't send shit.
No, and we'll make fun of you together. We'll open it and be like, look at this. Look at this shrimp dick motherfucker. Thought he was cute. Ew. Razor bumps. I see you. You need a hot towel facial for your crotch.
If your ego can't handle it, don't send.
Don't send.
Eric is not the one.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. Never mind. Please don't.
But okay, so when I was asking people this, and I was telling them in my opinion that I hate questions, like I don't need to ask them. They're like, "Well, Deanna, how do you get the information?" And I was like, "The information that matters to me is content and character." And then there's certain things that I can't ask a question, like somebody having what you call it, not insomnia, but the sleeping shit when they're like sounding like they're dying and being suffocated. Sleep apnea. There's no question that I could ask that would prepare me to know that you have sleep apnea.
Why is sleep apnea? Never mind. Go on.
Have you ever tried to sleep with a motherfucker in your ear all night?
I mean, he snores sometimes.
No,
I do?
Not a snore.
I hit him real hard and I pretend I was asleep. So he's like,
I need you to.
He readjusts.
No, okay. I'm not trying to throw people's business out, but I was somewhere, and I wasn't even in the room with the person who had sleep apnea. Ooh. I was in like 2 rooms over, and I could hear the motherfucker, and I was like, "How y'all niggas sleeping in the room with that person?"
Just go bang on the door.
And they're,
is he okay?
Like, sleep apnea is a big. That's like a. We'll get it. If I really love you, we'll try to fix it first. But that's a deal breaker.
We'll get you a machine, honey. We'll have to invest.
Oh God. But like, I'm a conversation person. So like, ask a question. My top 3: movies, books, music. I'm gonna ask those 3 topics are gonna take me everywhere I need to go. You're gonna tell me everything I need to know about you. For instance, I was talking to this guy, and we got to talking about music, and I asked him who his favorite feature artist was. He told me he thought it was Kanye, 2 Chainz, and someone else. And then we got to talking about Kanye. He told me he was a big-ass Kanye fan. That should have been a red flag right there.
Why? I like Kanye.
I mean, this was recently. So this was recent Kanye.
The new Kanye?
Yes, this is the cult of Kanye.
Okay.
So, you know, he was telling me how much he loved Kanye. He's a super big fan, all this stuff. So, like, okay, from there, like, I told him that, you know, everybody who knows me knows my number 1 favorite rapper is Childish Gambino. And up until recently, I had some issues with him, but I fuck with Logic. And he was like, those are my least 2 favorite artists. Okay. That's fine. I'm not even tripping. But let's get down to this application. I had both Logic and Childish Gambino tickets. I have no one to go with me. This motherfucker was like, I don't give a fuck what it's gonna take, who's opening for them, how much you pay me, I'm not going with you. And I was like, okay, so this is a red flag for me, because to me, it shows that you're selfish. Like, I don't have a problem, maybe because I have easy listening ears, whatever, but I don't have a problem compromising with people when they want to do what they want to do. They want to see a certain movie, they want to watch a certain thing, they want to listen to whatever. I don't give a fuck. If it makes you happy, it makes me happy. I don't have to like it, and that's fine. But like, people who are like set in their like ways, like, no, I can't do it, I won't do it, turn this off, like, that's selfish. That means that our relationship is going to be solely about you. That's a sign. There's no question I could ask that's going to give me that information.
I do like that. I do like that, you know, you're getting to the bottom of that, because that does suck. If you're not willing to, like, I'll sit through your weird jazz music festival, babe. Like, I'll go to the baseball game. I'm not a huge fan. I don't even know how long is an inning? What's happening? How did we get to this point? Who's batting? Is he good?
Yeah, like,
how do you know he's good?
I'm not a super big sports
person. That guy's
person.
fat. He's an athlete? Cool.
Yeah, I'm not a super big sports person. I understand sports, but I mean, if that's what my guy is into, bitch, I'm putting on the jersey. I'm out here with you. Ooh. What the fuck you want to eat during the game? You want some wings? I'm a vegan, but I'll go get them. Like,
precious, you're a good.
Yeah, like, I'll roll out for you. Like, that. All I ask in return is that I need a nigga who's willing to maybe sit through One Direction concert.
You sit through the One Direction. You sit
through a Harry Styles concert. Like, I'm not saying you gotta like it. I'm just saying, if I get another ticket, are you gonna sit there in the car with me up there? You're gonna sit there and talk to me before Harry gets his fine ass on stage. Like,
be cute.
And I want you to sit in the car with me on the way home while I'm hyped.
Nobody else, and you know, go
yeah, like. That's all I'm not saying that you have to love it, but I'm saying that you like me enough to endure, because I would surely, if I liked you enough, I'm going to endure.
So do you, okay, so with that, like, there's couples who are older, maybe they've been together for a while, like, the husband will go do his thing, the wife will go do their thing, and they don't join each other on the adventures, because they're like, my wife likes it, you know, but I hate it, so she's, like, cool with me staying back, or, like, you know what I mean? Or like, oh, I love these things. My husband hates it, so I just told him to stay home, and I'm going to go with my sister. You know, something like that. What do you think about them? Like, do you think that comes with time? Or do you think that's just like, we've settled in and, you know, we're not leaving each other,
I feel like there is some things that I'm okay missing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm for sure okay with it.
Unless it's a strip club. I like those things. They're crazy.
She's the cool girl.
They're wild. If you've never been to a strip club as a woman, I encourage you to go, because you will see, no shade to any strippers, but you will see they're not really having the best time. And therefore, your man is probably not fully having the best time.
Oh, for real? That's your car? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, most of them are like, I like girls. Don't touch me. Like,
okay,
give some money or get out my face. Like, you want me to tell you you're a big spender? Yep, daddy, you're a big tipper. Okay, where's the money by? Like, your man is not really having a good time at the strip club. And if he is, what the fuck strip club is he going to? Let me know, because I want to go. Like, I'm just being real. But
I said, this is no man's land. I wouldn't want to be. I'm sad walking
in. It's not the movies.
We see the cesarean scars everywhere.
Yeah, it's not the Cardi B strip clubs y'all think it is. So wrapping this shit up, because, you know.
Yeah, we could go on forever.
We could.
We could talk about this. We could talk about anything forever. We've been friends for 15 years?
Yes, a long fucking time.
We've been talking about this since then.
And we still don't have an answer.
Boyfriend. When I get a boyfriend, I'm gonna ask him if he likes puppies. Like, yeah, it's important. That's actually an important question for me. Do you like animals? I don't expect. We don't eat meat. She's a vegan. I'm a vegetarian. And we don't expect you to be that way. You know, if you want to date us, but it makes life a lot easier.
I mean, it kind of would make your life a little easier, because there's certain things that a girl won't do.
I was cooking chicken before, and I was like, ugh, and I was cooking chicken, and it's not that bad, but it's pretty gross. When you know, you know. And then my boyfriend decided to join me, and that was nice. I didn't force him. I swear. Don't believe anything he says.
That was a drastic change. He went from this shit is stupid to like, you know, I'm thinking about doing it. Like,
and then he was like, I'm vegan, and I was like, okay, calm down. You just ate a donut. That was vegetarian. Relax. You ate cheese last night. You're not a vegan.
Eat cheese, don't you?
Your mom gave you a quesadilla. It's not vegan. But yeah, so you know, I think you're pretty laid back. I think you're gonna find the one through this podcast. And it might be like a girly movie where the one was her all along. It was yourself. Oh my god.
You know.
Epiphany. No, but I really think put in the sound. I think you might actually find somebody because this is a good conversation. And we want to know what people think. We want to know what you think. We want you to chime in if you think this is wrong. You know, let us know. We like guidance too. This is an open forum. This is a conversation to be had, people. Wake up. Stay woke.
Yeah. All that.
Yeah.
All of that.
What she said.
Yeah, so
I think we're good.
We're good. I'm trying to think next. I mean,
where can they find you?
Well, we're gonna have our handles below.
You know, I hate giving out my handle because
she's like a ghost.
I'm like the worst social media person
like
ever.
Sasquatch. You think you see her, but you don't.
No.
She's a mystery.
Last year, I posted a whole.
You can find me.
3
Follow
pictures.
Me. I'm trying to get some money for these
pictures
I'm posting. Let me follow me at Miss_E as in Erica, N for Nick, and B as in boy. Follow me at Miss_E and B. I hope that's correct. What if I'm like saying my name?
No, I don't think there's any numbers in it. Yeah. I mean, if you must follow me, and I'm going to try. You know what? I just think my mind is too deep for social media. No, I'm kidding.
Don't insult me. Don't be rude to me.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I just honestly, I hate taking pictures. Erica took some pictures for me for my birthday.
She went to Africa and didn't take any photos.
I went to South Africa and she said, "Where are the pictures?" I said, "I got some Instax. Do you want to see them? I got some Polaroids." And she was like, "Where the fuck are the Instagram pictures?"
I'm trying to see video of what this place is. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. She went to the Seychelles. I'm trying to see.
It was bomb. I'm about to smuggle myself back into that country.
Yeah, I'm trying to live vicariously through you, and you're not helping.
Well, when I go to Cuba, I'll do better.
Ooh.
And when I go to Panama at the end of the month, I definitely will do better. Ooh. Your girl is traveling this year. I'm living my best life, looking for a Panamanian poppy or a Cuban poppy. If you're out there, holla at your girl. I do not discriminate. Fine is fine. Yeah,
and you'll help with the podcast. You'll probably give us some more topics we can cover.
Exactly. Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind me talking about you, we're here.
You don't have no say in it. We won't use your name, sweetheart. Okay, relax. You're not that special.
But I mean, if you must follow me, I'm at Embry Elise. So that's EMBR triple E. Just kidding. EEELISE.
Embry Elise.
I hope you heard all that.
Miss_EMB. Let us know what you think. And like I said, send her the dick pic. Don't send me anything, just the questions, her dick picking questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll be back and we'll be slightly better next week with another topic. We'll get it together eventually.
We have it together.
We have it together. It'll sound better. So yeah, it's been real. Bye-bye.